सभी लोग आइए। कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदा यमुनातीरा वनचारी यमुनातीरा यमुनातीरा वनचारी यमुनातीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय गौरंगनिता 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 जय गौरंगनिता जय 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 प्रभुपा 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 जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे कृष्णा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी हरे कृष्ण ఇవాళ ఒక ఇంపార్టెంట్ శ్లోకం భాగవతంలో నుండి తీసుకుందాం. మామూలుగా నార్మలీ వీ టేక్ క్లాస్ ఆన్ భగవద్గీత, బట్ టుడే బీయింగ్ అక్షయ తృతీయ వీ థాట్ ఆఫ్ స్పీకింగ్ ఆన్ శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం. సో ఐ విల్ టీచ్ యూ వన్ వర్స్. Can you see my screen? Okay. Yeah. Can you all repeat this verse? क्वाहं दरिद्रः पापीयान् क्वाहं दरिद्रः पापीयान् क्व कृष्ण श्रीनिकेतनः क्व कृष्ण श्रीनिकेतनः ब्रह्मबन्धुर् इति स्माहम् ब्रह्मबन्धुरिति स्माहम् बाहुभ्यां परिरम्भितः बाहुभ्यां परिरम्भितः क्वाहं दरिद्रः पापीयान् क्वाहं दरिद्रः पापीयान् क्व कृष्ण श्रीनिकेतनः क्व कृष्ण श्रीनिकेतनः ब्रह्मबन्धुरिति स्माहम् ब्रह्मबन्धुरिति स्माहम् बाहुभ्यां परिरम्भितः बाहुभ्यां परिरम्भितः। बहुत इजी है ना श्लोका? कोई एक दो लोग बोल सकते हैं तो मुझे। क्वाहं दरिद्रः पापीयान् क्व कृष्ण श्रीनिकेतनः ब्रह्मबन्धुरिति स्माहम् बाहुभ्यां परिरम्भितः क्वाहं बाहुभ्यां माताजी ఎవరైనా क्वाहं दरिद्रः पापीयान् क्व कृष्ण श्रीनिकेतनः ब्रह्मबन्धुरिति स्माहम् बाहुभ्यां परिरम्भितः। So, Kwa, repeat. Kwa, who am? Aham, I. Daridraha, poor. Papiyan, sinful. Kwa, who is? Krishna. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sriniketanaha, the transcendental form of all opulence. Brahma Bandhu, the friend of a Brahmana, not fit even to be called a Brahmana. Iti, thus, Sma, certainly, Aham, I, Bahubhyam, the arms, Parirambhitaha, embraced. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Who am I? A sinful poor friend of a Brahmana, and who is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full in 6 opulences. Nonetheless, he has embraced me with his 2 arms. The purport. This translation is from Srila Prabhupada's English rendering of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 143. Sudama was so humble that he considered his poverty to be his own fault, a result of sin. Such a mentality is in accord with the saying Daridrya dosho guna rashi nashi. The discrepancy of being poor ruins heaps of good qualities. Yeah. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च. श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्. Hare Krishna. So you may be surprised to see this shloka, unlike regular Sunday class. Some shloka taken from nowhere. Where is this shloka coming from? Anyone knows? Prabhuji will know. Anybody else know? SB 10.81.16 means Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 81st chapter and 16th verse. Okay? 81st chapter means you can imagine how many chapters are there. Total 90 chapters are there. In the 10th canto, Dashama Skandam. So, this shloka is spoken by, actually it is not spoken, it is speaking himself. When we speak to ourselves, we speak within our mind. So, Sudama is speaking to himself. Who is Sudama? You all know Sudama, right? I think even small children also will know Sudama. You know Sudama? Very good. Everyone will know Sudama. Very, very popular story. But we will not know so many details of the story. How Sudama is thinking, what he is doing. How Krishna was thinking about Sudama. So we will discuss a bit today. Why we are taking this today? Any reason? Akshaya Tritiya. Very good. Thank you. This particular pastime, this Leela had taken place on the day of Akshaya Tritiya. Akshaya means what? Kshaya means something which erodes, something which diminishes. Like you have 1 lakh rupees in your bank account and you keep on spending. What will happen? Will the 1 lakh remain 1 lakh or it will come down? It will reduce. That means Kshaya. But if think of a case where you can go on spending money and your account balance will remain same, then your account is Akshaya account. Okay? So, today's day has been attributed with the quality Akshaya. Okay? Where if you do something, that will increase but it will not reduce, it will not be diminished. So, Indian culture, we have all these things so that we are engaged in Krishna's service, we are engaged in the God consciousness. And this particular day is very special day. There are 3 days in our Vedic calendar where you don't need to see Muhurta. You can just do the thing on that day. You may be come out as successful person. One is Ugadi, okay, and second one is Akshaya Tritiya, third one is Vijayadashmi. These 3 days you can start any day. You don't need to check Muhurta. Someone's marriage is not taking place for long time, so you can get them married on Akshaya Tritiya. You can hope for the best. It is like that. So this particular day is very special day. Why it is special? It is special. Take it as an axiom. Something like in the Vedic life, so many special things have happened on this particular day. So we can commemorate those things. Like on this particular day, Brahma has started the creation. Okay, creation work has started for this creation on Akshaya Tritiya. Okay, that is one thing. I'll remove this to avoid distraction. Yeah. So, and on the same day, Parashurama was born, okay, and then he established Dharma, he killed all the adharmic kings all over the world, not in one generation but in 21 generation. He had ensured that everybody is a dharmic, every king is a dharmic king, all the kshatriyas should be dharmic, like that. And on the same day, Mother Ganga entered into this planet Earth. Ganga ka avirbhav hua tha. And then Ganga had cleansed the whole planet Earth. Like that, many pastimes have taken place, and one of them is Sudama Leela. So Sudama is such a person, always devoted to Krishna. He will not think of himself, okay, what will happen next day, who will take care of my children. He was not thinking. He was always doing what? Hari Bhajan. We may criticize him, okay, but if you know the end story, then we will all appreciate. Yeah, acha hai karke. Initially you may criticize Sudam, isn't it? Are his children are not getting proper food, no food. So many days they were all starving. But Sudama will go out for beg some alms. Maybe he will visit 7 houses. In case he goes to one house, that house is locked. He can't ask anything. Another house, they are not giving. So on that particular day, all those 7 houses are not giving him any alms. He will go back. He will not be so much hankering for food. No, if not 7, why not? Jab tak khana nahi milta, tab tak I will beg. He was not like that. Then remaining time he will be doing his bhajan. So, because of some hardship, drought or whatever reason, they were practically not eating for 10 days. So, a wife was also so much worried for the children. And then she instigates him. You have been studied in a great university, Sandipani University, and you had a classmate, Krishna, who is a ruler, very, very rich. You can imagine the opulence of Dwaraka. There, we will not have this marble or granite. They will have crystal floors, sapphire floors. The walls will be sapphire walls. Everywhere, like in between 2 stones, you will have golden strips. And maybe some places diamonds are, they are bedecked with the diamonds. So opulent. And like that, not 1 or 2 palaces. How many palaces Krishna had? 16,108. That is for his queens. Okay. Then his brothers, his relatives and his mothers. Vasudeva also had 16 wives or something. He also had 8 wives, something like that. Everyone had their own palace and everyone was living very opulently. without any fear of the enemy or anything. So, such a rich friend you have, so why don't you go and meet him once? So Sudama was actually, he was thinking to see Krishna, but he never took that step. He is always in Krishna consciousness, but he never took any step to go far away to meet Krishna. But his wife has a little bit, she has given some push for Sudama to go. And Sudama had taken that. Now I have to visit Krishna. How can I go to Krishna without taking any gift for him? I must carry something with me so that I can gift it to Krishna. So what can I take? In the house there is nothing to give to Krishna. So like that Sudama was thinking about visiting Krishna, but since there was nothing, he was not able to take the step to take up his journey. Then wife searches everywhere and finds some little old chipped rice. She says, okay, you carry this. How to carry? There is no bag, nothing, in their house, nothing was there. So in his dhoti only, he found some place where the cloth is not torn. Most of the places cloth was torn. So some place where cloth is little bit fine, so he tied the chipped rice in his dhoti and then he started his journey. And all the way he was thinking of Krishna, he was remembering all his leelas with Krishna. And then he actually, when he entered into the Dwaraka city, totally different, like so opulent, so rich. The city itself is such rich city. What to think of the richness of the king? Krishna is the king over there. So how to get an appointment with such a great king? Who will care? If I say that I am Krishna's classmate, will really Krishna care for me? So he went there and stood outside the gates of the city. Sri Sri Radha Madhav ki, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki. So he told the city gatekeepers that please inform Krishna that his classmate Sudama has arrived. So those city gatekeepers were very friendly. Okay, you wait here, we will inform. So they rushed to Krishna and informed Krishna. And Krishna immediately left everything, ran to the Sudama. Okay? So the way we are received tells how much that person is affectionate to us, isn't it? कैसा हमको receive करते हैं. If I went to visit one hospital. So my old friend, she was like my sister, younger sister. Now she is like superintendent of that hospital, big hospital. She is in very big position. I went very meekly, we are like beggars, so I went to meet her, spent some time. Even to meet her, 2-3 people, had to cross. And after meeting her and talking to her, then she came out of her office and then she escorted me up to my car and then she sent me out. And that tells she is affectionate to us. Otherwise, you will understand, isn't it? So here Krishna was so affectionate to Sudama. He ran to the gate. He came before even gatekeepers arrived at the gate. And then he went and hugged so tightly Sudama. And then Krishna was practically shedding tears upon seeing Sudama. And Sudama was also shedding tears. They were crying and they were feeling ecstatic when they met each other. And then Krishna took him inside. And since he is a Brahmana, right? Krishna is a Kshatriya. So Brahmana is supposed to be respected. So he was asked to be seated on an asan, and then Krishna was washing the feet. Rukmini Devi is pouring the water to Krishna's hands, and Krishna washed Sudama's feet. His feet were so dirty because he was walking maybe some hundreds of kilometers. He was taking bath, but like what kind of bath? He will dip in some reservoir of water or some river, and then he will dry the same clothes and wear. There is no rinse soap to wash. So he was looking, so he was not wearing silken clothes. Kings will wear silken clothes. So torn, dirty clothes he was wearing, and Krishna was washing his feet, and then he sprinkled the water on his wives. They were all great queens, and here poor brahmanas, lotus feet were washed and that water is sprinkled on them, and then they were all with bhakti, they all paid obeisances to Sudama. And then after all this, Krishna asked Sudama, very nice episode it is. Give me some time to fetch the shloka. Chapter 81. I'll project for you. Screen is on, right? It has come? No. Sometimes, okay, there is some issue. Okay, I'll read the translation directly. The Supreme Lord said, O Brahmana, what gift have you brought me from home? क्या लेके आए हो? It has come now? Some network error. The Supreme Lord said, O Brahmana, what gift have you brought me from home? I regard as great even the smallest gift offered by my devotees in pure love. But even great offerings presented by non-devotees do not please me. Okay, Krishna is telling, a non-devotee brings anything to me that doesn't please me, but my devotee with love, whatever he brings, that pleases me most. So, tum kya laaye ho mere liye? What have you brought for me? So, and then he says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyupahritam ashnami prayatat manaha. You all remember this shloka? Where does it come? Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter. A same shloka comes in Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 81st chapter, 4th verse. Krishna is repeating the same thing what he had told to Sudama, he again repeated it to Arjun. Okay? So Krishna is telling a leaf or a flower or some water or a fruit, if some devotee offers me with love, and when it is offered with love and devotion, I accept it. So what it is doesn't matter, but it should be offered with love. So when it is offered with love, I accept. Krishna is telling, so we don't ever think when I put some money in hundi, Krishna accepts or not. ये पुजारी लोग खा जाएगा या तो और कोई, no, you will do with Shraddha that it is offered to Krishna and Krishna receives it. So, and then what he does, we'll see. After saying this, even after being addressed in this way, O king, the Brahmana felt too embarrassed to offer his palm full of flat rice to the husband of goddess of fortune. He simply kept his head bowed in shame. Oh, itna sharminda ho gaya. He was feeling ashamed of taking some chipped rice, which are very, very old. Maybe it may be smelling bad also, we don't know. He was not giving. Krishna is asking, kya laya ho? But he was not showing it to Krishna. Okay? And then Krishna himself, yeah, being the direct witness in the hearts of all living beings, Krishna fully understood why Sudama had come to see him. Thus he thought, in the past my friend has never worshipped me out of a desire for material opulence, but now he comes to me to satisfy his chaste and devoted wife. I will give him riches that even the immortal demigods cannot obtain. Actually, Sudama never worshipped Krishna for any material benefit. He never asked Krishna, he never thought of asking Krishna. But his wife pushed him, you go to Krishna, by looking at your poor condition, Krishna may do something. So he didn't ask, and he was not asking also. But Krishna knows, we don't have to ask Krishna anything. He knows what we require. So then Krishna felt, he is feeling ashamed of showing anything to me, but I will give him riches. And that even demigods cannot obtain. Demigods means Indra also cannot obtain that much richness. That I wanted to give him. Like that he says. So then, thinking like this, the Lord snatched from Brahmana's garment the grain of flat rice, tied up in an old piece of cloth, and exclaimed, what is this? In the Sanskrit it says, Ittam vichintya vachanat vasanat chirabadhan vijanmanah swayam jahara kimidam iti prahuta tandulan. Tandula means chipped rice. India mein tandula means chipped rice hum abhi khate hain. So this chipped rice was there even 5,000 years back also. Flat rice. So we used to have machinery for making. In the villages also they used to make long time ago. So this technology was there in India. So he found that chipped rice and then he snatches. And then Krishna will snatch and take one morsel. He will take one morsel. When he took one morsel, so many riches came to Sudama. Not here, there in his village. And then he took one more morsel. And more riches came. That even Indra couldn't imagine that many riches. And then he was about to take the third morsel. He was about to take the third morsel, and then Rukmini Devi will snatch his hand. Bus, leave something for us also. Saying that she takes. Otherwise, if Krishna had eaten that third morsel, Krishna also would have given himself to Sudama. Means Sudama would have become richer than Krishna in one sense. Of course, it doesn't happen. But Krishna can give himself to his devotees. Then Rukmini interrupts. Thoda thanda ho jao, This is enough. Otherwise, the philosophy will become. It is very difficult to contain for Sudama to contain this many riches. Krishna can hold all the riches of this universe, but Sudama can't do that. So then Rukmini and other queens of Krishna eat the remaining chipped rice, and they all become very, very satisfied. What made them satisfied? Because Sudama's love and devotion, pure love, he didn't have any motivation. And when something is offered with such devotion, Krishna will return you what not, everything. So this is very, very important. But with pure love, I said, not with an expectation. I will put 100 rupees in undi, and by the time I go back home, there will be 1 lakh rupees in our cupboard. Not with that expectation. Then our devotion is not pure devotion. Isn't it? Sudama was not expecting, but Krishna was giving. Voluntarily Krishna was giving. So, like, when Krishna wants to give, you can't stop. Whatever Krishna says, you can't stop. So Krishna suddenly made Sudama so rich. Sudama couldn't put his hands to stop from Krishna. Bahut ho gaya, bahut ho gaya. He couldn't say also. Krishna will do like that. Similarly, if Krishna wants to take away our money, we can't hold, our hands will not be sufficient. He can take away everything. So that's why we will never contest with Krishna. The most intelligent person is the one who never contests with Krishna. He will just submit to Krishna. If Krishna makes me rich, Krishna makes me poor, either way it doesn't matter, in the course of remembering Krishna. So Sudama he didn't know what is happening, and a time came he was leaving, and then Krishna also didn't say anything. They all were chit-chatting stories and all they were telling. Krishna didn't say anything, what happened to your family? Sudama, how is your family? Sudama said, fine, everything is fine. But actually when Sudama comes to see Krishna, by then Krishna makes already an arrangement for the food to his family. He inspires somebody to arrange Anna Satra, food distribution. And then food is distributed everywhere. Just like, from our temple we take prasadam in our van and we go and give the prasadam, such a nice tomato rice or tamarind rice we make and give. People sitting in the road, and some people may be like poverty stricken, suddenly they get very nice prasadam, Krishna prasadam. So for them also Krishna arranges that. Those 10, whatever, Sudama was traveling back and forth, during that time also they are taken care. And by the time Sudama is talking to Krishna, Krishna didn't say anything, please take this iPhone, take it with you, or I am depositing some 10 lakh rupees in your account. He didn't say anything. Sudama also didn't say anything. He didn't ask anything. But when he was walking back, he was feeling so ecstatic. He was thinking of Krishna. Who am I? I am a Daridra. Daridra means what? A poverty-stricken person. Generally I am telling you, not every case. Generally poverty is a symptom of previous sins. If somebody is very sinful, because of their sin, poverty is given. If somebody does lot of punya karmas, they'll be made to be born in a rich family and enjoy the opulences. They live very comfortable life. जो पाप करते हैं उसको भोगना पड़ते हैं. So they'll be put into a poverty stricken family. So every day will I get my prasadam or not? They'll be anxious of their food, or mosquitoes may bite them, and they will not have proper roof. If rain comes whole night, they may stay awake. So such kind of difficulties they will be put into. Whereas the people who do punya karmas, they will be like given certain comfortable life. So here Sudama, he is thinking, he is a poor person, right? He is not blaming anyone for being a poor Brahman. He is thinking, I am very, very papi. इतना पाप किया था मैंने, so many sinful activities I have done, because of that now I am made to be poor. It's fine, now let those papas get washed away. He didn't do anything to run away from the problems. He just worshipped Krishna. And I am such a papi. And who is Krishna? Krishna Sriniketanaha. He houses Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi sits on his chest. Just imagine if our finance minister is our friend. How much rich we can become. So there Lakshmi Devi is residing on his chest, and he is so rich. Such a opulent person. He is full of 6 opulences. And such great person is Bahubhyam Parirambitaha, means with his 2 hands he is embracing me. What a great personality he is. He is considering me as his friend. Like that he is thinking, and then he is experiencing those ecstatic feelings. And when he walked back, he didn't come to his earlier place. He came to the same place, but he didn't feel like I have come to the same place. He has taken the same gullies and same road and everything, but by the time he came there, completely a new palatial building was erected. And he entered inside thinking that, my house was here only, what happened to my house? Where did my house go? And his wife and children were in so much opulent dresses. And so many servants are doing services to the family. And then he understands, oh, this is the Leela of Krishna. And then even in that status of mind, he continued to do Hari Bhajan. He was not distracted. Are itna paisa hai, chalo, let us go for a party. There is a new movie coming in a theater, let us go. He didn't think like that. Generally, when we have extra money, we will be having some itch, ज़्यादा पैसा है, घर सब ठीक रहता है, house is all right, but their house is having this, so we also should make some modifications in the house, and then we make modifications. I saw people spending 1 crore rupees in just modifying the house, as if what we will do in the house. Little food we eat and we go and pass stool, and then when we get sleep and we sleep. But we give so much importance, actually, just to increase our ahankar. And Sudama, whatever is there, he just accepted. It is Krishna's gift. And then he continued Hari Bhajan. He was not engrossed. He is not considering himself to be, now I became rich. Earlier, he was not thinking like that. And then he continued that Hari Bhajan. So, this chipped rice was given to Krishna on the day of Akshaya Tritiya. So, that's why we also approach Krishna with something. We offer. We offer something means actually Krishna is asking only patram, pushpam, phalam and toyam. Toyam means water. Water, leaf, fruit and a flower is asking. Okay, Krishna, so please stand there, I will get one flower, and just you go out and then pluck one flower and give it, and then you go to a restaurant and then eat nice food. Or you go and watch a movie. That is not really devotion. Krishna is asking, even with bhakti you give one leaf and flower, I am okay. You don't have to work so hard to make so much money to bring me some paneer sabji or anything. I don't need all this. I need your bhakti. If you have big thing, you bring big thing, that's a different thing. But you must dedicate yourself to me. This is what Krishna expects. In Mahabharata also, Krishna came as an ambassador to the Kauravas kingdom. So he brings the message from Yudhishthir Maharaj. And at that time, Duryodhan makes very, very big arrangement for Krishna's feast. Like we say Chappan Bhog, right? Maybe that is 100 times to Chappan Bhog, like that. He arranges very opulent feast for Krishna. And then he says, come to my house for lunch. And Krishna says, I am neither hungry and nor you are so eager to serve me. Neither way it is like you are not so loving and eager to serve me. I am not hungry also. Krishna is not hungry anytime. Krishna is fed by lakhs of devotees all over the world every day. Isn't it? In our temple we make, I don't know, I have to count how many items we make every day. In the lunch, Krishna eats 16 items every day. Every day he eats rasagulla, rasmalai, sweet rice and so many sabjis, and in the lunch, in the dinner, every day he eats paneer sabji. Like that, how many temples Krishna has? And this is our level of preparation. But Lakshmi herself prepares in the Vaikuntha Lokas. Crores of Lakshmis prepare and feed Krishna. Krishna is not hungry anytime. So only the love that attracts Krishna. So Krishna denies to go to Duryodhana's palace. And on the other hand, Vidura, in consideration to Duryodhana, Vidura is a poverty-stricken person. He is not a rich man. He may have his palace, that's a different thing. But in comparison with Duryodhana, Vidura is nothing. So Vidura invites Krishna. What Krishna did, he accepted Vidura's invitation and goes to Vidura's palace. And there, Vidurani suddenly, they didn't expect Krishna will come to their palace. But Vidura invited and Krishna came, and then suddenly Krishna entered the house. And Vidurani was so much confused what to do. She was shocked. Krishna has come. We should serve him best. What can I do? Then she immediately plucked one banana, and then she peeled the banana and then gave Krishna the peel of banana and threw away the banana. Normally you threw away the banana peel and then give banana to the guest. But she was so much anxious to serve Krishna, in that anxiety she did ulta. And then Krishna didn't say, oh, you are giving me banana peel. Have you gone mad? What happened to you? He didn't say. He ate the banana peel only. Krishna sometimes eat banana peel also. So there it is depicted. Krishna is not asking our dikhava, but he wants our love. And that love should be expressed to Krishna. Okay? The best way of expression of that love is chanting the holy name sincerely. Thinking ourselves, we are Krishna's. All the things that are belong to us belong to Krishna. Actually, nothing belongs to us. And we should engage each and everything in the service of Krishna. It's very, very important. Normally, we're so much attached to our belongings. Me and mine are the two things actually binds us into this material world. So tightly. We will be so much in consciousness of me and mine that binds us to this world. Now, Krishna consciousness teaches us that you and your service, in that I am also yours. So that mentality we should develop, and we should become very charitable, very, whatever best I can do for Krishna, let me do in the service of Krishna. Whatever time I have, let me give as much time as possible for Krishna. Like, when you develop this mentality, then we cannot do anything nuisance. Only our time is spent in the devotional activities. In other activities, you minimize. As sleep, whatever minimum is required, you sleep. Not for the pleasure we sleep, but for rest we sleep. So like that we remodify our life, and then we become nicely Krishna conscious, and then we can engage everything in the service of Krishna. We never think of our house, my house, what will happen. I have to make one more floor in my house. But we think, how we can make Krishna's temple more and more opulent. What can we do so that Krishna is more glorified? And how we can serve Krishna so that I myself becomes completely purified. So this is the mood that we develop. So on this Akshaya Tritiya day, whatever we do, that will be enhanced or multiplied in millionfold. So on this day we should take a resolution that let me do a sincere devotion to Krishna. Let me develop attachment to Krishna. You put that seed in your heart. And then today onwards, those who are not chanting Hare Krishna, you take you make a resolution that I will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra today. I will purchase beads from the book counter and then start chanting Hare Krishna. I will regularly associate with the devotees. so that I will at least embrace some good qualities. Regularly I will read Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and then I will read Bhagavatam also. Bhagavatam is most important book. This book everybody should have in their home, both the books. And then we should do adhyayana of these books. We should study these books. Yesterday I was with my old lecturer, and he is now in a police department. So I was telling him only one point. Everyone is trying to give solutions to the society problems. So many solutions. Dowry problem, inequality, gender equality, like that. So many problems we quote and try to give solution. But one main important thing we forget. Vedyam vastava matra vastu shivadam tapatrayon moolanam. Bhagavatam says, this particular vastava vastu, that is actually devotion to Krishna. Without knowing this, we give so many solutions, but have those solutions gave any solution to the society? Society is happy, and problems have increased only. Day by day problems are increasing. But if we take this particular thing, bhakti and devotion to Krishna, Krishna in our life will remove all the problems. Tapatrayo unmoolanam. Unmoolanam matlab, like you see a small plant, and then you pluck from the bottom of the plant. What will happen? It will come out with its roots, isn't it? Unmoolanam. So like that, all our problems will be completely plucked out and then thrown away. You understand? That is possible by the devotion to Krishna. And that science, that devotional science is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. How we can surrender to Krishna, how we can dedicate our life to Krishna. So that process we must adapt in our life, and then move forward in this path. Then our life will become super sublime, completely spiritual. We all become blissful in our life. So with this message, with Akshaya Tritiya message, and we all will practice devotion to Sri Radha Madhav, Sri Jagannatha Baladev Subhadra, and Sri Gaur Nitai. So we align all our desires with his desires on today's day and engage ourselves in his service. Okay? Anyone has any questions or comments? We can open the forum for the questions. Anyone has any question? Is it understandable or not understanding? समझ में आ रहा है सभी को? Any questions, please? Yes, Prabhu. वो माइक में बोलिए ना.
Prabhu, why Krishna gives indirectly to Sudama? Why he can't give directly?
Why he can't give directly? If Krishna would have given directly, one thing, he would have taken only what he could take in his hands. He is not coming with 400 soldiers or 4,000 soldiers to carry all that wealth. He is coming with his hands. And he may not, he is a Brahman, he would not have rejected, but Krishna also wants to do in little spicy way. Okay? Whatever Krishna does, he will do it in a spicy way. I mean, maza aane jaise dete hain. So that's why he might have given like that. Otherwise, there may not be. Sudama also could have asked him, please Krishna, give me something. I want 100 cows or something. But Sudama's stature is also like that. Then according to his stature, Krishna did like that. Without his knowledge, Krishna gave. Any other reason anyone knows, they can tell. Krishna's karmas are all adbhuta. In wonderful way he does. This is a wonderful way. Like, by the time you go home, everything is different. So now Sudama, it is up to Sudama to experience that experience, wonderful experience. Yes. Anyone else has any question? Okay, if not, we will break the class and we will do the Arati. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.